What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 21st day of January, and here we are sitting at about 0.00285 with 7 hours and 6 minutes left in the day. I would not have expected, whenever we broke out up here, that we would go below this level again. That was not part of the expectation at all, let alone a massive 14% downside yesterday. Definitely not in the cards. I want to see a chart with some volume on it and just see how serious this move is. Let's not just take it for granted. That's a pretty big candle. Wow, that's a lot of chicken scratch. Not a lot of volume at all. So that's good, right? I mean, you got to think. You see the biggest candle that you've seen. I mean, literally, it was bigger than this candle. I think that was the biggest candle that we've seen since November 22nd. And the volume that we had just doesn't represent that size. I mean, for example, the last time that we saw a candle that was anywhere near that, the volume was, let's see, right here. And first and foremost, the volume was about a third more, like 30% more, it looks like. And that wasn't even a real move. That got given back, right? This volume was greater, and it wasn't that great, right? This volume was greater. It was like 30% greater, and that move still got given back. What do you think is going to happen with this move, right? In this very tricky environment, I think we're going to be moving up higher. I'm not intimidated by this at all. But with that being said, anybody that bought here, that sucks. Anybody that waited to buy, it's definitely a good time to buy now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We're definitely at good buying points now. But with that being said as well, if you did buy up here, hopefully you're not panic selling. You're just in a moment of pain. That's all it is. It's just a moment of pain. You feel so dumb. And then it's up here, and you're telling your friends about it, and they're like, "You're so smart. How did you know to buy there?" You know, like just wait. Difference between dumb and smart is just time. That's all. It was a smart decision. It just doesn't feel like it right now. That's all. It was just bad timing, and unfortunately, it's just standard volatility. I think in this very tricky environment that we've been in. I mean, really, we were up higher back here. Look, we came from very similar lows, right? Very similar lows. We went higher back here. We had a bigger drop overall. We went down to this exact same price that we're at now from higher prices, and we still went up afterwards. The people who bought here felt dumb, but they were super smart up here. You know what I mean? Just be patient. Be patient. It's going to work out. This still looks very good for an Adam and Eve overall. I think that we're in good shape. Looking at this here from a low to a high, we're right at the 0.5. You hit the 0.5, went up to the 382, came back down. Might continue to go down to the golden ratio, and that's fine if we do. We can go down to about 0.0027, 0.00265. That might be exactly what we do. Golden ratio support zone. Kind of take out these lows, put on the panic a little bit more. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour time frame here. I mean, just look, as you're moving down, you had that sudden shift, and I think this was probably a precursor to what we saw here. I had a feeling that it was. But I don't think that I expected the price to go this low. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I think that I was expecting we'd hold 003 as support, not break below there, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe I did call for a move down to the golden ratio. I don't know. I don't think I did. But the volume here was sudden. But the volume, you notice here how you're still consolidating, right? You're still in this range, you're consolidating. I didn't have that range drawn the best, but it's like something like this, right? Here, you're actually breaking out of the range, and look at the lack in volume in comparison, right? There's still a lot of volume. There's still some volume coming in. You know, it's not like completely gone, but it's just not intimidating. And the volume is even dying off as you're moving lower. So there will be some turnaround at some point, but I could definitely see us going a little bit lower from here. RSI suggests it. The stochastics are weird. The MACD is bearish. I could definitely see us coming down more. RSI is bearish on the 4 hour. Definitely looks like we want to go lower. Absolutely it does. From a low here, right there, to a high here. Yeah, that golden ratio zone is just calling us, man. 0027 to 00262. I'm very confident in that. Yeah. A little bit of bullish divergence setting up here on your MACD. That's nice to see on the 4 hour. That's nothing to take lightly. That's good. Something to be happy about, but it's just forming now, so don't get excited. Be happy about it. Don't get excited about it. Wait a few days before you're excited. Yeah, daily time frame looks bearish too. You've kind of slipped out of this structure here, this higher low structure. Thought you were going to get overbought. You looked so good. I mean, 3 days ago, guys, you looked so good. You looked like your next attempt to the overbought zone was going to be it. You were going to be breaking out. It looked so good, but you gave it up, and that's okay. But with that, you're going to need to reset. So go to your golden ratio, reset. You're not just going to hit this and then come back up here. It's not just going to be a bad dream. Maybe that happens, but let's, instead of expecting that, let's just be surprised by it if it happens, because that's typically what these moves are, is a giant surprise. Typically what you see is, you kind of recover. You meander. You find higher lows, higher highs, and then as you get back to the top areas where you got rejected from before, then you get your breakout move. So this is going to set us back a little bit. The way I have it drawn here, this would be like in March. I don't think it's going to be that long, but we're probably not going to see higher prices than this by the end of January. That's my expectation. Definitely in February. We should be moving higher in February. We probably don't get above 0.0035 by the end of this month, though. That'd be my guess. Unless we get some kind of crazy reaction, which from this area we have had some pretty crazy reactions before. Here, I mean, it's not impossible. Even here, we've had some pretty crazy reactions before. It can be a day and things change, right? But just going off of standard stuff, not crazy stuff, I'm trying to dial back my hopes of getting prices above here by the end of the month. I think it'll probably be more in the beginning of February, consolidate. I do expect February to be a really good month, and then March as well. But we'll see, man. I don't really have anything else that I want to say, so hit that like button. 0.0027, 0.00262, somewhere in that range. That's where I think we're going to drop to. It's not that far away, but if you want to wait to buy, I think that's fine. If you want to buy here, I also think that's fine. I mean, you're on a massive discount here. A lot of people at these highs were wishing that they bought down here before it made its next move up. Well, here's your chance to do that. It's a secondary chance right here. And at some point in the very near future, everybody who bought high or low in this range over the past couple months is going to be vindicated and feeling super, super smart and fortunate for buying at this level. So even if we are moving down a little bit, what I'd like to say is I think this is a perfectly acceptable area to throw some money in. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's your money. If you lose money, don't come to me crying, right? If you make money, I'm not coming to you asking for a bit of it, right? It's your choice to do your own research, make your own decisions. But in my opinion, whatever that's worth to you, I think we go a little bit lower, and I still think it's a good time to buy right here. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.